Hello, Team Zug, and it's been a while, been like a week, I think. Again, although this is probably going to be a common occurrence, sorry if I haven't been making any videos lately. One, college, and two, I've been making customs, and we'll be showing off for these customs. I hope you're all really looking forward to them. So these are my recent Origin School customs. Here's my customs of Splatter, Dodge, Neville, and Molly. So with that said and done, here's their custom showcase video. We'll start with Splatter and Dodge since they're twins. Splodge was made out of the color changing diesel. They're just so common. Like, every toy shop I go to, there's like, or any other shop really, there have like been like what, one or two or three or four at the most color chain diesels. Yeah, it's basically the same model of diesel I used for my Sydney custom, which I made around a month ago. But unlike Sydney, which I had to pry the face off, I did something else with Splatter and Dodge. Now again, I couldn't unscrew them, although they had triangle screws. Basically, my triangle screwdriver is rubbish with these screwdrivers. So instead, I just had to paint them full tack. But, as you can see from Sydney, or at least Paxton, let me just show you my customer's Paxton. Here's Paxton right here. You notice Splatter and Dodge are missing their ladders. And I cut them off with a pocket knife. Yeah, it was kind of fun, although I did cut myself. Yeah, don't do this unless you are an adult or you know what you're doing. Or something like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just make sure be careful with pocket knives is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, after that, painting was amazing. I painted their faces. I gave both of them orange eyes. I think it turned out better on Dodge and Splatter, but I tried it with both of them. I think I finished Dodge before Splatter. So yeah, they're really good customs. Now you notice I haven't given Splatter and Dodge their names on their sides. That's because if realistically, if these two were in Oranges Go, which will never happen because Oranges Go's over, then I don't think Mattel would or the animators would bother giving them nameplates because they are twins but not identical. So since I made Diesel 10, people asked me to make Splatter and Dodge, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, so my headcanon for Diesel 10, well, he runs a Mexican restaurant or a train restaurant, really. Any kind of restaurant will do. He says he's a nice guy, but really he's a crime boss. And Splatter and Dodge are employees of the train restaurant, and they also work for Diesel 10 in the underworld. So yeah, they do crimes for him. So yeah, they're basically Diesel 10 sidekicks. And nothing's really changed about Splatter and Dodge. But I have a question for you guys. Should I base my ideal voice for these two in Underscore based on... Basically what I'm trying to say is, should I have their voices be like Grim and Asa from Cars 2? Or Beavis and Butthead? Although some people think go with Beavis and Butthead, and to be honest, I don't really blame you. I just feel like these two are more like Grim and Asa for me. Just saying. I'll let you guys decide what kind of voices these two should be based on. Next up, we got Neville. Now, Neville was made out of two items. The main body is from a Thomas, and the tender is from a Hero, which I bought from eBay. Now, my idea to make Neville is based on how someone from a comment section when I made Oliver and Toad, someone thought I was making Neville, and it was a common misunderstanding, of course. But I always thought to myself, could I actually work for Neville, making him out of Thomas? And I think so, yeah. So this Thomason here arrived a few days ago. I got to work on them. And yeah, this is probably the quickest and easiest custom ever. Fun fact, originally I wasn't going to bother paint the number on Neville, but I just I stopped my laziness and decided to do it because it feels wrong without Neville's number, you know? You also notice I didn't bother changing out Tom's eyes for Neville, and that's because I imagine Neville with blue eyes. That's just how I picture Neville. He has blue eyes. And also, you could tell that he has a few differences from his face. I gave him a scar on his eye and a cut. Like, not as much as Paxton's, like it's a bit stitched up. My idea is that Neville... I'll talk about that a little bit later when we get to Molly, so... yeah. Speaking of which, here's Molly. Molly was made out of an Edward, which I got from Smith's Toy Superstores. It's on the same day I got the two diesels to make Splatter and Dodge. Now, Molly was a pain to make because her paint took forever to dry properly. Yeah, I forgot to give Molly an undercoat. Forgot to paint her white first. Oh well. She turned out alright in the end. You can see the details there. So, yeah. Her face is not an Edward face, but a Connor face. I got that idea from someone else who made a Molly custom. And a Paxton custom, which you can watch on YouTube. In fact, I forgot the user's name. But I did use airline clay to make her a new nose because Molly has a pointed nose. Alright then, this is going to be a hot topic, but let's move these guys out of the way. So Neville and Molly in my All Engines Go AU, because I'm planning to make a new special. They are married, and they are the parents of Bill and Ben. Yes, you heard me right. But Neville's not really the biological father, it's actually Edward because, well, the reason why Neville has scars is because before coming to Sodor, and before starting his family, Neville had a really bad accident. Maybe like in a munitions factory, because Neville worked at a munitions factory, which, in real life, the bully Q1s were part of the War Department on the Southern region, and they were sent to other places on the UK rail network, so that checks out. So Neville had a severe accident, and normally engines can't really, they can't really make how... I'm trying to say, the engines don't really normally make children themselves, is what I'm trying to say. Instead of I'm not going to get into it, but they use their DNA. Yes, engines have DNA, but Neville's DNA was kind of destroyed. So basically, Molly met Edward. This happened a long time ago. I'm not going to get into it, but basically, Molly got Bill and Ben. Yeah, I know this sounds really ridiculous and really weird, and I agree, it is actually a bit weird, but it's for my upcoming project, which will be coming out next month, which will be around Christmas time, because it's kind of a Christmas project. So I hope you're excited for that. Mind you, I'm actually going to make two projects, actually. One is about the Christmas idea, and one is an origin of Henrietta and Daisy, which will be coming out eventually, once I made Buddy and another custom engine. But yeah, that's my custom showcase on Splatter, Dodge, Neville, and Molly. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!